Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Ami Sarasvati and I'm giving you just a little perspective on the work of Discover the Musical Modes on the Native American style flute. You may not see these positions that I've referred to in the course in the book anywhere else. Sometimes you see mode 1, 2, and 4 and it's a similar thing, but I've actually recreated that terminology for the use of this book. And we're talking about positions now, positions 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do a screen share and show you what charts have been created so you can use this right away. And I'll also show you now on a flute very directly. So when I'm referring to position 1 in the book, in the course, I'm referring to all holes are closed. The bottom note, are normally what we start with, is position 1. If I lift the bottom finger and I use this as my home note, my tonic, my fundamental, I'm saying this is position 2. And if I go up one more note, one more hole, this is position 3. So that's all there is to it. And that is illustrated here. Position 1, starting on the bottom hole. Position 2, second hole up. And position 3, starting on the third hole up. I have added another position and it's called position A sharp. The reason I added this is two modes that are near and dear to my heart, Phrygian and Phrygian dominant, have a half step right off the bat. If I was playing that in position 1, I'd have to access a half of a half hole, not even the whole half hole. There's another minor in here and it's just not a good quality note. Now I could also start up here, and from here to here would be a half step. But it's still cross-fingering, it's a little awkward. And I'm really bouncing around a lot on 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 when I'm playing in Phrygian, Phrygian dominant. So there's another possibility, and that is starting from this as the home note. When you start from this as the home note, you get very easy access to a half step right here, okay? And another half step that comes in very handy on those two modes. So that's what the A sharp starting place is, that particular position, and that's based on Nakai tab, Nakai's music arranging system, where that particular note that I'm starting on, the A sharp, is written on the staff as an A sharp. So it is such named. Okay, so let's take one more look at this chart. This is a reference guide for you. Now, say I have an A flute, an A minor flute. They're all minors because that second hole up is minor third. But if I have an A flute, if I start from the second hole up, that pitch is C. So I'm starting on C, and I can play C major, C minor, or all the modes from there. If I start from the third hole up, that pitch is D. So indeed, every flute you have has at least 3 root notes. And this chart, and this is the same chart but more as a grid, is handy if you're a musician and you're playing either with backing tracks or other musicians and they say, hey, let's play in G major. You go, I don't know. I could play it in position 1 and do some cross fingering. I could play it with my E flute in position 2. And where is another G? Okay, I could play it on a D flute in position 3. So the outside ring here is the key of your flute. And then based on that particular flute, so let's go back to this example of the G flute. If I played the bottom pitch, the bottom note is G, I can play G major, G minor, and the modes. If I start on the second hole up, I have a B flat. Okay, also an A sharp, this enharmonic. If you're saying, well, I need an A sharp, that's the same. Named two different ways. I just chose to put one of them in here because it got a little crowded. It get crowded. Okay, and the same thing here. So position 1, for example, here we were, position 1, A, second hole up, pitch is C, third pitch is D. Here it is. So if I'm on a flute, position 2 is C, position 3 is D. And I did put in this A sharp column because if you are playing in Phrygian or Phrygian dominant, why not? Just have it right there. That will make life a little bit easier for you. So I hope that you find that chart handy. You can print it out and keep it with you with your circle of fifths or your books or your reference things, and you can have it right there. You can certainly memorize it. There's a lot to memorize there if you're going to do that, but you could do that. So that is what that handy chart is all about. All right. All for now. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.